Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new. So welcome. I've got some amazing news. I'm going to be giving you my lowdown on what it was like to date a 21-year-old heterosexual Indian guy, which was like, even though he's heterosexual, it was like a dream come true. I just want to let you know, if you're new to this channel, I'm Sandra Bellamy, author of Asexual Perspectives, 47th Asexual Stories book. And in this book, we talk about love, life, and sex from an asexual point of view. So grab your copy on Amazon. So yes, how did it go with the 21-year-old Indian heterosexual guy who came especially in my city to see me, and he doesn't live anywhere near me? He like had a 4-hour journey nearly on the train, so it was like, oh my gosh. So it went so well. It was absolutely friggin' amazing, like better than I could ever have imagined. I was really scared because I'm a sex repulsed asexual, and he was asking me a lot of questions about what I like to do in terms of physical touch and that, and he was very into kissing, and I did get really scared before I had the date. I was really nervous, really scared, really worried that he was just gonna like basically have a kissing hookup and go, and that was gonna be it. And I was really scared, obviously, because he's highly heterosexual, I would say, and I'm very sex repulsed asexual. Although he said he can live without sex, but he, you know, usually he likes other things. Like sexual things, but without full sex is his ideal scenario, I think. But personally, like he knows I'm not into any of the sexual acts or sex. He really respects that, so that's really cool. And so yeah, it was absolutely amazing, you know. I was like gobsmacked at how well it went. The communication had improved with us. We went to Nando's first, and we were in Nando's for like about an hour and a half or a bit more like 2 hours. And he listened to what I said, because I said, you know, that I said beforehand that I need to emotionally connect to him more, and that I didn't feel as emotionally connected to him yet, and that basically it'd be nice if he asked me some more questions about myself, because he asked me a lot about physical stuff, but that was kind of the focus I felt before. So he took notice of that, and when we were in Nando's, he was asking me tons of questions about myself, like question after question after question. So I found it amazing. I actually think he asked me more questions about myself than I asked about himself in the end, which was really unusual but really nice. I mean, I do like learning about him as well. It's important, but I think I'd asked him quite a few questions before, and he didn't know enough about me. So apart from the physical side, but yeah, so it was really amazing. So we spent like all that time together talking and stuff. And I am the first girl he's ever asked out on a date. I'm the first girl who's ever held hands with. He's not used to holding hands like in public or with any girl, so I did ask him to do that. I said, I feel like holding your hand, and he's like, I've never done that before. So that was the first for him. So I'm the first girl he's ever asked out, the first girl he's ever held hands with, the first girl who he's ever publicly kissed, and the first girl he's ever properly kissed as well. So oh my god, I can't believe how good he was for me at kissing. Like, he was like the perfect kisser for me, like the match made in heaven kissing. Like the way he kissed me was exactly how I like to be kissed, and he was so respectful of my boundaries that I didn't really have anything to worry about, because he would just literally, and he would ask me like, is this okay, is that okay? And so I was so happy about that. And he's like, tell me if there's anything that you don't like, or if I overstep a mark by accident. And so it's really good. I felt my boundaries were completely respected, that he really listened to what I said. He was really careful about where he put his hands, which was really good, because I felt comfortable and secure. And we kissed absolutely loads, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Just would like to keep doing it over and over again. He was a perfect age for me, perfect like look for me. And I mean, he's not a skinny guy though. He actually goes to the gym. So do you remember I was laughing, saying, what if we're dating at the moment, so we're not in an actual relationship. But I just said, like, just imagine like what would happen if, like, because I like usually skinny, scrawny guys. like not big musty guys. And I just said, like, I just think what would happen if I ended up with a guy who does go to the gym, where he does go to the gym, but he's still soft and squishy as well. So I like that. He's not a skinny guy, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. But he's got really beautiful shoulders, really beautiful chest, really beautiful lips, really gorgeous eyes, beautifully stunning hair, gorgeous skin, lovely earlobes, everything. Like, I was like, oh my god, this is like being in heaven. Honestly, I think he felt the same. He said it's like so surreal because we didn't meet that long ago. Like, we only met like on my calendar the 15th, and it's the 20th now. We only met on the 15th online. Well, that's when we started talking properly, because I actually deleted his messages on Facebook dating, because he connected with me originally as a friend on there and he didn't really speak to me, so I just deleted it, and then he found me on Facebook and then he asked me out, and it's like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it was amazing. Age is completely like not like, even he doesn't even care about that. Like, when he speaks to me, he doesn't even, like, because there is an age gap, but it seems like, it's not even there, because like he's just not bothered about it. He doesn't even, like, he just treats me with respect for the birth certificate age I am and the mindset age I am. And so he'll ask me questions like, how long have you lived where you live, and when did you do this, that and the other. And when I talk to him, it's just like talking to him like, like he's not bothered about anything, which is great. And because I said to him before we met up, I said, are you used to like liking older women? He's like, oh well, yeah, but you're something else, aren't you? Like, I say, you're extra special, like you're kind of stunning. And so I'm like, yeah. And so yeah, I know that he was really into kissing me. I was really into kissing him. Like, he was like the perfect kiss of the perfect age as well. I'm so glad that finally I got to actually date a 21-year-old Indian. He's not asexual, he's heterosexual, but an Indian guy in the UK, because he's British born, so that I don't have to worry about a visa. That's something I definitely don't have to worry about him going out the country or marrying me for a visa. I told him I don't want marriage anyway, and he seems cool with that. And so, it just seems like really, really good. So it all went incredibly well. The kissing was just so out of this world. Like, it's like, he's like, is this okay? Because I've never done this before. I'm like, yeah, it's perfect for me, but I don't know how he knows how to kiss me so well. It's like such kissing compatibility. Honestly, it's like made in a kissing match heaven. Like, I think we must have been kissing for about an hour nearly. It was amazing. It might have been more than an hour, but I think it was about an hour actually. I think that's kind of correct. Probably about an hour. Yeah, I think it's about an hour. But it was lovely. I loved every single minute of it, and he loved every single minute. He's already sent me a message saying he's missing me already, so I'm really happy about that. So it's gone really, really well. Like, so well, like better than I expected. He is really super attractive for me. Like, he is the look I like, and he said to me, you're more beautiful in real life. So I was so happy about that. So it felt so good to be with a guy who I'm actually aesthetically attracted to, because he's an age group that I need to be with. Like, I'm not really attracted to older guys like I was aesthetically attracted to the other guy I dated the other weekend, last weekend. And I did like being physically close, but it wasn't the same because I can tell that the guy was older. I can just feel he's older. Whereas I feel far more comfortable around being intimately kissing a younger guy, like 21 to 23, for example. That's kind of my age group that I like the most. And he was asking me, like, what age group have you enjoyed kissing the most, like 21 or 23 in the past? And I'm like, well, before I kissed an Indian guy in a club, I don't know actually exactly how old he was, in his 20s. I'm pretty sure. Well, I am sure, I didn't ask him, but I reckon he was about 23, 24, but he might have been a bit older than that. But could have been a bit younger, I guess, because he'd finished his college. No, he's finished his university, but he'd been like, I reckon he's about 24, 23, 24, that guy in the club. But anyway, the guy in the club, like, he had some facial hair, so I wasn't attracted to him as I could be. And before the Indian guy in the club, the best kiss I've had before that was with the 21-year-old Bangladesh guy. So in terms of age, previously to the Indian guy in the club, it was a heterosexual Bangladesh guy, 21 years. But today was the best kiss of all, because this guy's highly kissing compatible with me, and it was different because I was kissing someone that I really wanted to be with. Do you know what I mean? It's very different to kissing a guy in a club. I liked kissing the guy in the club. It was really kind of exciting at the time and nice, but it's not like I was going to be with him after that. There was no future together or anything like that. And it's not the same when you're actually on a date with someone and you're thinking about a potential relationship with that person, potential forever relationship with that person, and you're considering like them, being with you. And I could hear his heartbeat so fast before he kissed me. Oh yeah, and he made the I'm so shy. Like I'm never usually shy with kissing at all. I got really shy with him, and so he had to make the first move with the kissing because I just couldn't do it. I was just too shy. I was snuggled into him, cuddling him, but I was just too shy to actually go for the kiss. So he had to do that. Which I'm glad he did. It was really, really good. So good. He did everything great. I can't wish for better. It's amazing. Like from the moment our lips touched, it was incredible. I liked holding his hand as well, but he's not used to holding hands in public. He's not used to having public displays of affection. It's going to take him a while to get used to that, I think. I'm used to doing that all the time, but he's not used to doing it at all. And so I think that was a bit weird for him. But yeah, but he's amazing. Better than I thought he'd be. Nicer. He's really polite as well. But I knew that before I met him, in person. So yeah, but he travelled all the way to see me. It's 4 hours because this train was delayed. So it's a lot of hours for him. He had to change trains as well. But yeah. And I'm the first girl he's ever asked out in his life. So I feel really honoured about that. I feel really happy that he's had all his firsts with me because I think that's really special. And if we do get into a relationship in the future, I think it's just so nice to say, oh, I was his first, first and last, if that happens. I'm not saying it's going to. But I really like the guy a lot, and I think he's good for me. He seems quite stable in himself a lot the time. He seems quite secure within himself. He's got an old soul in some ways. He's quite old and older and mature for his age and his soul, but still really young looking at the same time. And so, yeah, I just thought he's amazing. Really, that obviously I need, I was very strict that I do need public displays of affection because I can't just kiss and then not have that. But it's going to take him a while to get used to that. But it was really good. I had the most amazing time in the taxi. We were talking loads, taxi shenanigans. We were talking loads and chatting about movies and theme parks and stuff like that, and that went really well. But you can tell me and him are attracted to each other aesthetically, so attracted to each other. The way we look at each other, it's instant connection. So I'm really glad I went because I was really super scared. I said that I would go, then I backtracked and said I wasn't gonna go because I did feel some pressure from him. I did tell him that, and then I said I would go, but I was still really scared. But then. Now I don't need to be. It's okay. And actually, it was amazing. And it just feels so good to actually finally, have a date with an Indian guy in the UK where there's a possibility I might end up in a relationship with him. It was really, really good. I think he likes me a lot as well. I got that impression. Yeah, and it was easy for us to talk to each other as well, I think. So, and I think he's very good at listening. And when I speak to him about stuff, he'll listen to what I say and act on what I say within what he agrees with what I say, Doesn't just do things for the sake of it, which I like about him. So he'll effectively communicate and say he feels this. So because if you do get into a relationship, and with any healthy relationship where it's friendship or whatever stage you're at, if something's not quite right, then you need to say, oh, I feel this, or this made me feel. And that's a really effective form of communication where you can make adjustments for each other and understand each other and stuff like that, And so I just think it's really, really good. I think we got on really well. He said even on an audio call to me, which was near hour and a half, that's the longest he's ever spoke to someone. He's usually a 1 or 2 minute guy on the phone. I didn't know that. So that's really good to know. Yeah. So I'm the longest person he's ever spoke to. I think longest person he's ever spoke to. I mean, I'm the person he spoke to for the longest time. You can tell I'm really happy. I'm getting all my words mixed up. I'm the longest person. It's not grammatically correct, is it? But yeah, I just had the most incredible time. Even though he's heterosexual, he was asking me about obviously like what I'm comfortable with, what I'm reiterating, what are you comfortable with, what are you not comfortable with, because obviously we are two completely different sexual orientations. He's highly sexual, I'm highly asexual, but I am very sexy asexual, luckily for him. And I am sexual. I wouldn't say very actually. I am sexual in behaviour and the way I like to kiss. So I think that's quite suitable for him. Um, I'm more suited to a heterosexual, really, in terms of kissing, provided my boundaries are respected, because you know, like a lot of asexual guys are not really that into kissing unless they're on the really sexual end of the spectrum. Um, and so yeah, and then they're usually too sexual for me. So I think with him, it's really nice. I love the fact that yeah, like obviously being with an Indian guy is my absolute dream. You know, that's what I've wanted since 2014. So just to have a date with this guy is amazing. I think we will see each other again. I think he will have another date with me. He's already said about because I said like, where do we go from here? And he was talking about a second date, but he's doing exams. He's got a lot of work on. He's studying, so it's going to have like a month of exams. So I don't think we're going to be able to see each other in that time. I think it'd be really hard to, but who knows? Not in person anyway. I hope to have some video or audio calls will be good in that time. But yeah, but I'm really happy. It went really, really well. I can't believe how perfectly he kisses me. Like, to say he's never really properly kissed a girl before, but the way he kisses me is exactly how I like to be kissed. And all the places he kisses me is exactly all the places I like to be kissed. And the way he kisses me, the technique is exactly the technique I like to be kissed. And I'm like, where did you come from? You just popped in my life, and it's like you were kissing made for me. It's really bizarre. In a nice way. It's like a very instant match. Like really instant match. Like such a good match. I'm like, wow, it's really amazing, you know? And it just feels so good because I feel so happy that finally, you know, because I like younger guys. It's really my thing. I don't really get attracted to older guys, and I feel like I push myself a lot to try and like older guys just because to like give myself some more options. But really, you know, like aesthetically, kissing wise, I can be attracted to some older guys. Not old, but I can be attracted to some older guys, like have some emotional connection with them. I have some attraction, but it's not the same, you know, like a 21-year-old Indian guy who's absolutely stunningly beautiful in his face and his hair and his clothes. Oh god, he has such lovely clothes on as well. You know, I experienced clothes attraction, and so he had really nice clothes on. He looked really gorgeous, and he's got beautiful skin, like beautiful. I only saw the top part of his chest, but he's got really nice chest, and I was like, oh, he's so cuddly. He's really nice. So yeah, I was kind of like, wow, that was very, very physically kissing compatible. And I'm really happy because I was so worried before. And if I had have like not gone, I would have regretted it actually, had I known what it's like now and what I would have been missing. You know, so I know he did put a bit of pressure on me, but you know, I'm okay, I guess, with that. Like, I forgive him for that because it just ended up so good. He didn't put any pressure on me today to actually do anything I didn't want to do. He didn't do that at all. It was just pressure to see me because he wanted to see me before his exam starts. He didn't want to wait a whole month to see me. So it's a pressure to see him and to actually kiss to see if we're compatible. That was a pressure. And so that made things a little bit more difficult in terms of like before the date, pre-date, and also before we kissed. I was feeling, you know, I wasn't feeling any pressure from him today, but before then, because I knew he wanted to kiss me, it's kind of like there's more pressure then to do it rather than like natural, if you know what I mean. But it turned out amazingly well, and I'm so glad I met up with him today. Like, it was bliss. It was an absolute gorgeous date. I do forgive him for putting some pressure on me. I think he was just so eager to actually be with me. I think that was what it was. And you know, I think he genuinely was asking me the questions about physical stuff because he wanted to know where my boundaries lie and obviously the future possibilities as well. So I do really appreciate him for that. And yeah, it was just really, really good. I think we're highly compatible physically, actually, despite not having sex. And so yeah, it's really good. Good start. Really good start. Long may it continue. So, you know, I have got other guys on Facebook dating that are interested in me in my inbox, but most of them are just talking to me like a friend, which is nice. I'm getting a lot of Indian guys I'm chatting to as friends. And there's one older guy that I'm a bit emotionally connected with because he's really nice to talk to and stuff. But in terms of his age, I'm not that attracted to him. Like, I'm attracted to this guy that I saw today. He's really, really, really beautiful. He's so cute as well. He's so beautiful aesthetically, and he's so super cute. I mean, he is the boy next door type when he's clean shaven. I've seen him with a bit of stubble on, but I don't think he's aesthetic attractive with stubble. He's much better looking with completely clean shaven face. I mean, he's so stunningly beautiful like that. Because I like a baby face. I like a young looking guy who's got a baby face, and it's better for kissing as well. Because you know, otherwise, if you've got a guy who's stubbly, then he just like you know, it makes you feel rashy on the skin and stuff. It hurts the delicate skin when you're kissing, and therefore it doesn't make the experience as good. It's like having sandpaper. But he shaved especially for me. He looked amazing. And his hair was so beautiful. I was running my fingers through his hair. Like, really, really, really nice hair. I love playing with the guy's, well, his hair. When I was kissing him, it was so nice. Like, run my fingers through his hair and around the back of it. Really, really good. Yeah, so I was really, really happy with that. He does live quite a way away, but obviously it's possible to get to me, so that's good. Yeah. So yeah, I really had a great time. So boundaries were respected. I felt quite calm around him in the end, which was much better. He's really nice to talk to. He seems a lot more sensible than some of the other guys I talk to. He seems to have his head screwed on right, which is good. He's good at listening to me. He is quite very much attentive, I'd say, most of the time. He's like thoughtful some of the time. He's not used to dating, so there are, you know, like he held the car, like he opened the car door for me with the taxi, or he held the car door open for me with the taxi, so that was good. Didn't always hold the doors open for me when we're going through restaurants and stuff, but you know, I'm okay with that. I usually hold the door open anyway, but everything was good. Like, we paid for our own food, which is good, because both like equality in that. I just thought everything was great, you know. I thought he was a really nice person, and I enjoyed his company, and I loved kissing him so much. And I just can't believe how kissing compatible he is with me. Like, it's not normal kissing compatible. It's like really kissing compatible. Really kissing compatible. Like, from nose to forehead and back again. So yeah, so I had a really good day. I'm really happy to say that he really respected my boundaries. He didn't touch me in any places I didn't want to be touched. Didn't touch me in any sexual places whatsoever. Was very, very respectful. Did a really good job of that, because he's got a lot to think about. Like, his first kiss, he made the first move kissing because I was having problems doing that. I got really shy. And then, you know, and then he's having to like manage his own emotions and physicality and physiology while he's trying to manage where he can put his hands and can't put his hands with me and stuff, and as well as concentrating on kissing. He's got a lot to think about and coordinate there, you know. So, but he did a really good job. I was so proud of him. I said to him, like, even like with the fact he asked me out on a first date, like, he's holding my hand, like, for the first time he's holding a girl's hand, and it'll be his first kiss. It's like first for everything. He should be so proud of himself for doing all that. I mean, literally, he was like, "Oh, do you want to meet up?" and made it happen. Like, there wasn't any question about it. He asked me on a date, I agreed, and then, I mean, I agreed, then I went back on it, then I agreed again. And so yeah, it was really good. I made a really good decision in the end to go and see him. The right decision. Because I just thought to myself that it is a dream to meet up with a 21-year-old Indian guy in the UK. And yeah, so I thought if I didn't take the opportunity, I'd regret it. And now I'm really glad I did take the opportunity because it's turned out really well. And yeah, he's good at communicating, and I think he's going to be more effective at communicating as time goes on because he's still learning. Because I'm used to dating and being in relationships and all that type of stuff. I'm used to effectively communicating with others, but I know he's got potential and he is going to be good at that, because when I talk to him and say about something, like I said to him about him asking me more questions, he spent ages doing that today. A long time, question after question, which are good questions as well. It wasn't just rubbish questions. He was asking me all about asexuality, and like I said, he's looked it up, like he looked my website up and stuff, and so he was asking me a little bit more about that, and he was asking me when I first got interested in Indian guys, and how I know that, like, why is it I'm so interested in the guys, like, and when did that interest start in Indian guys? It was 2014. That was a year I found out I'm asexual in sexual orientation, and I told him that it was really not good because I went to a counsellor to say, I just can't have sex in a relationship. I love kissing and romance so much, and I was worried that I can't date anymore, and I really, didn't know what to do. And she said, you'd have to have sex in order to keep a good guy. And I just said, that's horrible, And he said, oh, that must be one of the worst things you did. That's the thing you don't want to hear. And I'm like, yeah. And so then I said, I went on asexuality.org, found it, and found there was like loads of people like me, thousands of people on there, and I honestly thought I was the only one in the world, planet, and universe who felt this way. And then I found out there's others, and there's people talking in the forums saying about relationships without sex, and I'm like, oh, that's really what I want. So that's so good. And so that was really important for me. And I told him that there was an Indian guy on the asexuality.com dating website that I went on after that, and we talked for a bit, and I had a connection with him, and then he kind of stopped talking to me, which broke my heart. And then later on that same year, I think, I don't know if it was 2014 or 2015, but it was all in the space of 12 months. Basically, this other Indian guy, I knew him from blogging, with my writing blog originally. He friended me on Facebook, and he was messaging me, but he was like saying to me, oh, he was going to go to Canada, but he might change his mind and come over to the UK instead because he was going to study abroad, and he lived in India at that time. But he said, oh, I'm telling you that I'm not going to die a virgin though. And so that meant he would have sex with other women. I was really upset about that, which I said it's not on, because I deserve as much monogamy as anyone else does. Just because I'm asexual doesn't mean to say I don't deserve that, because I do. And so that was really important for me. So he asked me that question. I said it was horrible with that Indian guy that said about he didn't want to die a virgin, because my guinea pig was dying at the time, and he was texting me that, messaging me that. And so that was no good. So he broke my heart as well. So those were the first two Indian guys that broke my heart. But then I knew that I liked Indian guys. And then since 2014, I've been trying to find my Indian soulmate that I believe I met in a past life. My next plan was, when my ankle's better, to go and take Bollywood dance lessons and go to London and do Bollywood party there. That was my next plan if I don't meet someone for a suitable relationship. Obviously, I'm on Facebook dating, trying to find someone at the moment, but he's from Facebook dating, but he's really nice. And I had the most amazing time. But I thought it was nice he was asking me more about asexuality. He understood that it's a spectrum, that different people are different ways, because he said, oh, you can get aroused, but you don't get the urge or want for sex. Is that right? And I said, yeah, me personally, I get aroused, but some asexuals don't get aroused at all. I can get aroused, but it doesn't lead me to wanting sex at all. Don't feel that way. So, which is true. Like, when he was kissing me, I wasn't too aroused, actually. I probably was a little bit. I'm very excited, but I was controlling, it was within my control, it wasn't like out of control arousal, which I was quite glad about, really. So yeah, but I was really excited, and I enjoyed all the kissing experience. I enjoy him touching me, to be honest, like stroking when I say touching me, stroking my back. That was really nice. he was stroking my back. It was just so lovely. So yeah, I really had the most amazing time. It was really, really good. And so yeah, it's nice to finally like be getting my wish come true with like, you know, dating an Indian guy. I know he's not asexual, but that's okay so long as he respects my boundaries and he can live without sex. He says he can, so let's hope that's true. You know, let's hope that's true. But he seems like he really specifically likes me, as in specifically me as a person, like it's Sandra Bellamy type thing, you know what I mean? Because I know when he was talking on video chat before, when I was talking about does he, you know, like older women usually, he goes, well, yeah, but you're something else. Because obviously I stand out stunning to him, which is really nice. Because when I deleted his messages on Facebook dating because I didn't think he was interested in me because he didn't really say much then. Then when he came on Facebook itself, he told me directly that he's really attracted to me. And then he asked me out on a date. So I was like, oh my God. I like it. I love the fact he's like 21. He knows his own mind. He knows what he wants and he just goes and gets it. I love that about him. Like, it's very, very strong guy in that way. Very strong. Like, he just like made the date happen. Like, you know, and drove that forward. I thought that was really good. So I'm so pleased to report that I had an amazing date with a heterosexual Indian guy, 21 in the UK. That's just incredible. It's like honestly like a dream come true for me. But not just because he's a Indian guy, because he's him. He's him, you know, because him specifically. You know, because I did get on really well with him. And I enjoyed his company a lot, which was really nice. So yeah, long may it continue. I think it's a good sign, you know, really good sign, especially the kissing compatibility. Because I know he wants to know, because he said he can usually tell by kissing someone if they're going to be compatible with him or not. But he hasn't kissed that much, not full on like that. So that's interesting. But I can tell that too usually. As soon as we kiss, it's like, yeah, we're totally kissing compatible. We're totally physically compatible, even though we're different sexual orientations. So yeah, it's really, really good. I really enjoyed our time together a lot. Yeah. So I'm just so happy to say I had a really good experience, because if you watch the videos before the live stream before this, I was so scared, and I was like really, really scared. But he was a little bit nervous too, and which I thought was good. But I knew I'd look after him anyway, so that's fine. I actually put me at ease when he said that on the train that he was a little bit nervous. It put me at ease because I thought this is really good, because a guy who's got bad intentions usually doesn't get those type of nerves, you know, because they're usually up to no good. They don't really care. But I think him having a little bit of nerves was good, because it meant he was a little bit worried if it was going to go well or not as well. And he was a little bit cautious and stuff, but he was really, really respectful of me and my boundaries, really super respectful. So I loved that about him. I really appreciated that about him. And it was amazing. And it's just so good to kiss a 21-year-old that I'm really aesthetically attracted to. You don't know how good it felt. Like, I'm fed up with trying to like be with older guys, which is not my thing, because I'm an asexual cougar. I'm attracted to younger guys in an asexual way. Guys in the early to mid-20s usually, you know, and trying to like force myself to like guys who are like kind of like more in their 30s. It's a lot. It's you know what I mean. I feel like there's more force there, because it's like on Facebook dating, I expanded my age group up to 32. I mean, it's nice to date older guys in the sense of it's a different experience, but it's not nice in the sense that I'm not that as attracted to them, and it doesn't feel as right. Like, I can't see myself really being with an older guy long term. I think I'm better off with the younger guys more on my age group, because I've got a 21 mindset, because I reprogrammed my mind to be like 21-year-old years ago. And so that, to me, like, he's the same age as me, just that his birth certificate age is 21 and my mindset age is 21. But he's got an older soul and I've got a younger soul, so that works out really well. Meet in the middle. But yeah, I know he really loves my look. I mean, I'm like his ideal look, and he's my ideal look. So that's really good. When you're each other's ideal looks, you know what I mean? Because you kind of can't take your eyes off each other. It's really like in the taxi when we just met, like we're looking at each other in the eyes, and it's like, oh my god. It's a bit like, I'm really attracted to you. Like, yeah, I'm really attracted to you as well. So that's what's so good, you know? So I hope it continues to go really well. I have a feeling it will. I'm optimistic about this. I hope so. You know, sometimes I do think, like, especially with heterosexuals, they kind of need more physical connection in order to be more emotionally connected. So when you are physically connected more, it makes you emotionally bonded to the person naturally, because it kind of releases certain chemicals, certain hormones. And so by having more physical contact, it automatically usually makes you bonded more emotionally to that person, more attached to them. And for heterosexuals, I kind of think that's more important for their emotional connection, because for me, I don't need to do physical stuff usually to be emotionally connected to someone. Usually with him, I think I'm more emotionally connected to him because I was physically kissing him, because I think that's a way he experiences emotional connection somewhat, is when he has physical connection. I think they are both like probably parallel to each other. You know, like I think that emotional connection and physical attraction and connection to him, they kind of like go linear. I think a lot of the time it seems to me that he's been more emotionally connected to me because he's been more physically connected to me. And so I think for him, physicality, like touching and kissing, touching in good places and kissing, I think for him, this is my personal feeling. He hasn't said this is my personal feeling. I think for him, it allows for a deeper emotional connection. So I think for him as a heterosexual guy, physical and emotional are kind of like parallel to each other in multiple ways, I think. I think it's a very interesting observation from me that it seems like, yeah, it seems with him, he needs physical contact to be emotionally connected. Whereas I usually experience emotional connection first before the physical contact. But with him, I didn't have that much emotional connection, which is why I was freaked out a bit and a bit scared about getting physically kissing involved with him, because I didn't have such an emotional connection with him. And I prefer emotional connection first. It's usually quite essential for me. So I've kind of done things backwards a bit with him. But it seemed good. I'm really glad he seems to have more of a connection with me now, and an attachment with me now. I think it's like, you know, good that he really enjoyed kissing me as much as I enjoy kissing him, and we're each other's types. And, you know, I just had such an amazing time, and long may it continue. So I wanted to report back how much it was amazing and incredible to have such a beautiful experience with an amazing 21-year-old Indian heterosexual guy in the UK. And I didn't even think I'd go back to dating heterosexuals ever again. But hopefully, you know, if we did get into a relationship in the future with me and him, then it would work well. He seems a different type of guy to a lot of guys, actually, which is good. And, you know, he's quite intelligent. So he studies at uni, but also teaches maths, GCSE as well to kids. So, I mean, it's really impressive at 21, isn't it? You know what I mean? So I'm really proud of him for what he's achieved so far in his life, and with me. Like, he had all his firsts with me today, pretty much. First time he asked to go out on a date. First time he had a date. First time he held hands in public. First time he kissed like that in public. Apart from he's kissed in a club before and stuff. So that is still public, but it's not it's in a club environment, if you know what I mean. It's the first time he's full on done snogging, I think, full on kissing like that. Which he was amazing at for me and him. So yeah, I'm really happy. Couldn't be happier. So yeah, it's really nice. But he felt really good with me as well. So it's really natural with him. It's so natural with him. I like that a lot. You know? Felt so good. Anyway, I can't stop smiling. You notice I'm like beaming, beam, 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 smile, smile, smile. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you for now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I think it deserves a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. I'll see you soon on the next video live stream. Lots of love to you. Take care.